For 25-year-old Marc McDowell out of Madison, Wisconsin, knocked off Holman, Baker, and Hugh Miller, and he's averaging 242.3 for the first three matches, Mike.
And he says, television? What's so tough about bowling on television? Hey, this is fun.
Yeah, as long as you keep winning. Well, regardless of what happens here, somebody will be heading to the Mid-East come April to bowl in the Firestone Tournament of Champions, whether it be Marc McDowell in your picture right now or Scott Devers.
And there he is with that towel rubbing in the inside of that thumb hole.
Opening shot of the title match in the $140,000 Miller Lite Challenge. $23,000 on top, and of course that year of exemption. Oh, how about a little help in a soft 10 on the left-hand lane?
Scott Devers not watching at all, and amazing the sport of bowling that it is. Scott Devers led this tournament by 430 pins, and they're all thrown away and dropped, and it's a one-game match to win his first title.
That's what pressure is all about. In essence, have to win the tournament twice.
Right. That's our TV format, but the players realize that, and we know that that's what makes part of our tour so exciting, and you live with it.
Well, you look at it this way, Mike. When you watch a PDA telecast, there are 4 matches, and in essence, it's sudden death every 20 minutes. Somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose.
Scott Devers, just 25 years old. Doesn't look that old, really, does he? 211 average this year.
Imagine he'll probably age a few years this evening from Centerville, Indiana, located about 60 miles east of Indianapolis.
Right over about the 12th board. And that is a ball that he didn't use very often during the week. He used a red one that I see he still got out there, but this one he told me has a little finger weight in it. What that means is it has weight up toward the finger holes, as we see that he averaged almost 228 this week with a high game of 277, and I know he had at least 2 of those.
It was amazing, too, because he kind of tweaked up the pressure, averaged better than 232 in match play this week, en route to winning 20 of 24. That's outstanding.
But he said the reason he chose this black ball is because it goes a little bit straighter than the red one. For the double. That's the way to start.
Oh, my goodness. A couple of young lions, and they are hooked up in the title match. I have a feeling we may be seeing these 2 young gentlemen bowling on television for many, many years to come.
You gotta, get out there and practice a little bit. I saw them practicing today, too.
I can't be that old that Steve Cook and Mike Albee are seasoned veterans, old veterans out here on the tour. McDowell comes right back and answers with a Pack City strike on lane 16. Well, I don't think anybody's going to give an inch here this evening.
Well, McDowell's lined up. It's just a matter of whether he carries. Obviously, Scott Devers has lined up the first 2 shots. It's who can perform under the pressure of trying to win his first PBA title. This is to put it back on Devers.
There's Miss Patty Brash, the Miller Brewing Company, enjoying the excitement here this evening. And McDowell, I have a feeling, knew this was an X as soon as he let it go.
And I don't know if this is part intentionally, but when you run out of strike like this, sometimes it can be intimidating to your opponent. Especially Scott is not the type to do that. He won't run it out right back at him.
He has the Earl Anthony approach, where you just throw it flush in the pocket, you turn around, you walk back, and I think I'll try to get on lane number 4.
And we noticed this week, didn't we, Dennis, we watched the match play portion of the tournament, how many times this young man throws the ball flush in the 1-2 pocket.
Doesn't miss very often.
He gets a lot of strikes, but he throws a lot of them just dead flush.
It's amazing. He looks so relaxed right now. He's got to be a little tired after, in essence, taking over the lead at the beginning of match play on Monday night. He only slept about an hour and a half Monday night, because I think he knew right then he was in a position to maybe lead his first tournament.
For 4? 4 in a row! Woo!
Well, Mike Durbin is excited, and I have a feeling Scott Devers is as well, so stay tuned. Devers leads by 20, but Marc McDowell has a very good shot. For Devers?
Yeah.
And I will be down in the capital of the Lone Star State, Austin, Texas, for the Austin Open, Wednesday, July 15th, 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and Steve Cook as you said, practicing earlier today, and he's going to go down there and try and defend his title.
He's practicing with his brother-in-law, Mike Albee. So we're heading back to where my family lives in Texas right now.
That's right. Dallas-Fort Worth?
Correct.
Well, McDowell trails by 20, but could cut the lead in half if he strikes here on lane 16.
Boy, there's just nothing stopping this kid tonight. The only thing that Scott Devers could say is if I don't stop striking, I've got to win.
Well, McDowell opened up with a 266-198 victory over Marshall Holman. And then he stopped Tom Baker, 234-189, and then was good enough to outlast Hugh Miller, 227-214. So he is looking for the Hoover action this evening, the clean sweep.
And it always amazes me how these young kids at 25 years of age seem to be so impervious to the pressure.
You mean it doesn't bother him?
Yes. Threw it a little wide. You could see it from back here, just a little right of his target, and left that soft 10.
Well, it was so quiet in here that time you could have heard a pin drop.
Well, the fans are really into the match. As we watch it here, as he comes in behind the hairpin, watch, he's waving it up. Come on, ball! And the 6 just kind of lays down there.
Oh, here's the rodeo action here. Come on, one more time. Not good enough. Well, McDowell covers up. Oh, we had a record here in Tucson today, by the way, for you weather buffs. For the 32nd consecutive day in Tucson, Arizona, the thermometer crept up over 100 degrees. Just a chilly 109 degrees in Tucson today. And boy, I tell you, it was nice out there running around, a little exercise in that dry heat.
I saw Scott out there by the pool earlier today.
Man, you walk about 20 feet, you got to have a glass of water.
He wants to splash one in for 5 in a row.
Oh!
Solid 7. Looked just the same as all the others, didn't it?
Wow. Well, unmoved by the solid 7, and that was indeed an excellent shot.
Watch his swing. Unorthodox at this point. Comes in, out, but watch it now as it comes right through from here on. From that point on, it is straight through. Look at the follow-through, right straight up in his hand behind his head. And he does that time and time again. This is the spare he missed a couple weeks ago, and he makes it this time.
Scott Devers this year has already won $24,222.50. His career earnings $57,112. If he wins here this evening, he'll almost double his earnings.
Put him right near that $50,000 mark if he wins tonight. Parker Bone at about $57,000, 2 new left-handers. Got to keep the pressure on McDowell.
Come on. Yeah.
Pointed that up just a hair more. Left the 6 pin.
Mark glancing up to see the 6.
No mistakes.
Mike, I know the victory is so important not only from a money standpoint, and also, you know, you get the trip to the Firestone Tournament of Champions, the dream of every young bowler, but what about the exempt status? What does that do to your attitude?
Well, see, Scott Devers is not exempt where Marc McDowell is. Marc McDowell got an exemption because he was PBA Rookie of the Year. So it means just a little bit more to Scott Devers because he can be out of those rabbits for a year if he can win here. Here it comes. Boy, the wider he throws it, the harder it finishes.
I was going to say, that one looked like it was a little bit wider than the previous shot.